Welcome everyone to Circle the Debate Podcast Top 5 Picks of the Week. Yes, we did not do the top 5. We're doing it late, ladies and gentlemen. We do apologize. Our schedule's messed up. So, we finally had the opportunity. And also, we were so busy, especially with the Andrade event. So, it was very difficult for us to do a top 5 last weekend. So, we were extremely busy for that. So, the most devious one I would see here was my familia, the West Side, the West Degeneration West. Of course, with the director, the one and only CK1, Chris Kennedy. That's right.
I just woke up and I look good.
He looks good. And of course, we got the master disaster, the king of Sting, the man with the plan. That is Money Mike Lopez. That's right. And today's top 5, we did mention it a week before, is top 5 celebrities in wrestling. Or you would call it pro wrestling, however you like it. Could be from the good ones or the bad ones. Could be celebrities, actors, actresses. Could be also, athletes as well. So it could be a whole mixed up. So this one is more either we mixed our list with good and like favorites or bads that are like or worse. However you guys want to feel about it. So we mixed it up. So now I'm curious to hear everyone's picks in regards to that. So let me go to the wheel. So let me change my screen for a minute and see who goes first. Brought to you by Bonds. Shop now.
That looks like some tacos.
Yes.
Tofu tacos. I need to
like tofu tacos. Ooh, yeah.
That sounds actually good.
I make some good tacos, man. Me and the lady got some recipes.
Hey, man, we got to go to your house, man, and give us a Taco Tuesday, bro.
Dude, I'm down, dude. We're all shot up with drugs to make us safe or whatever. Oh, I get to go first.
Yeah, man.
Right.
You let me know. And then definitely, I'm down for a Taco Tuesday. Tofu tacos, that sounds delicious.
So this list is weird because I didn't know how to form it until about 20 minutes ago. It just says top 5 celebrities in pro wrestling.
Yes.
But we don't know, what does that mean? Does that mean like your favorites, your worst, the best, the worst? So I decided to do the most effective use of celebrities in pro wrestling.
Okay.
The most iconic, whether you love them or hated them, we're talking about them. That's how I decided to do this list.
All right.
So it's kind of off the cuff. I didn't write it down. I'm probably going to make up a lot of it as I go. But the point of my list being freehand like this is that they're so polarizing that they're the names that immediately pop into my head. And that, I think, is how I'm going to comprise this list. Number 5 was, I think, the first celebrity non-wrestling performer to perform at a WrestleMania, and she was super iconic at the time. She was my first girl crush of all time, and that's Miss Cyndi Lauper. I think it was 1 or 2.
Number 1.
Number 1. Yeah, she was a megastar back then. She still is, but she was the queen of queens of pop back then. It was like Cyndi Lauper and Madonna. And Madonna was, I think, a little bit too on the risque side for WrestleMania at the time that was trying to be taken seriously, and Cyndi Lauper just nailed it on the head. She was involved in a couple of backstage angles. I think she got interviewed by Mean Gene. I think she sung someone out to the ring. I don't remember specifically who that was, but
I believe it was Captain Lou Albino.
Oh yeah, Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely number 5. She could be higher on the list, but she didn't do anything else besides that within the company. That's her one moment, but it was a huge moment, huge moment for wrestling. And elevated, I think, the eyes on WrestleMania for sure. Who could I put as number 4? I'm going to do this. This is going to be very controversial, but I think it was an effective use.
Do it, bro.
A very effective use of 2 different shows between 2 different megalomaniac millionaires at the time. And politics aside, this was a ratings monster for both Raw and The Apprentice, and that's the Donald Trump versus Vince McMahon was a huge angle.
How was he doing his hands? It's huge. Yeah, like it's
huge. It was definitely a commercial for The Apprentice, which in itself was a great show with just millions and millions of viewers upon its debut. The funny thing about this is this was supposed to be like Vince versus Trump in some kind of like who's the better millionaire thing, but hindsight Vince being the first sports entertainer owner to hit $1 billion kind of leaves the Don in the dust a little bit. But it was a great angle. It was fun. I think we all loved seeing Donald take the stunner.
Horrible stunner, by the way.
Whatever, he took it. He took it.
No, I know. But hey, the
yeah.
funny one though, is when he ran to Vince and how he jumped on them and like.
Yeah. It was a great angle. I don't know if it was tasteful or whatever, but it was effective. It was good for everybody involved as far as getting eyes on the products for both men, obviously.
Well, at the end of the day, we saw Vince getting shave his head, so that's like the beauty of it. Like,
yeah. And I absolutely think Vince was the one who created the "You're fired" gimmick that became the motto and the catchphrase of Donald. I think that he took that from Vince 100%.
I agree.
I think that Trump or Vince was saying that way before Donald was.
During the Attitude Era, right? Because
Austin, you're fired.
You're fired.
So that got turned into "You're fired."
Austin, screw you. You're fired. I always remember that. Yes. Judgment Day, 98.
Damn.
Number 3, man, I don't know if this isn't really the best order. Just consider these just a list. I don't really want to do these in order.
It's your list, bro.
For sure. Number 3, I think was pretty it's not my favorite angle, but again, it was effective, and that's Floyd Mayweather versus the Big Show angle.
Oh yeah.
Money Mayweather and that whole Team Money camp are as iconic as it comes in the boxing world. And anytime you get a boxing crossover into any world, especially pro wrestling, you're gonna up the stakes for sure. I think they even had a match that culminated at like a WrestleMania. Is that
What WrestleMania was that, Mike? Mayweather and Big Show?
24.
Mayweather and Big 24. Okay.
Thank you, Mike. You were the man. It led to the worst finisher of all time with Big Show. I think his right hand. I think that's where he got it from.
Yeah.
I think the inception of that right hand was after that Mayweather angle.
Yeah.
But great coverage. I think it crossed over into like news and media and companies that wouldn't otherwise cover pro wrestling. And we'll get into my number 1 later that did all of everything Mayweather did first. A little hint, but better. That was 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, 3. Number 2, man, that's a weird one because I know who my number 1 is. So my number 2, it could be a lot of people, man. Like, let's see here. Maybe swap. Man, I don't know. Number 2 is really weird. I don't have anyone for number 2. So let me do my number 1, and then I'll think of a number 2. Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right. My number 1 is absolutely Iron Mike Tyson at WrestleMania 14 during the Generation X era. You knew I was going there. That was one of the first times that pro wrestling transcended Mondays and went over into news media, major news media, who was again re-questioning whether or not the product was real. There was riots at press conferences, Tyson knocking out Michaels at WrestleMania. People thought this was real. People thought Austin was really the anti-hero that was going up against Vince and was the proverbial double fingers to, your boss, which everybody could relate to. And Tyson was right in the middle of that feud. And one of my favorite celebrity, I guess, cameos or angles of all time. As for number 2, man, like I don't know if I have a number 4. Like there's so many like Drew Carey comes to mind, but he didn't really do much.
He could be your worst.
Why is he in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. Stephen Amell tried his hand. He even at least went wrestling training, to promote the Green Arrow.
Well, there you got him to it.
Yeah, so he's on the list for sure. Alex Trebek was an early one who, when they were trying to make the product a very serious thing, he was actually a backstage commentator, announcer. I don't know if it's before your time. Alex Trebek.
I'm trying to remember.
Interesting. I don't remember that.
I do. The host of Jeopardy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rest in peace, by the way.
Yeah, most definitely. Iconic for sure. Host in his own right. But yeah, that's my list. Those are the ones that stand out the most. I mean, I think Jon Stewart tried to do a thing. He tried to ruin like the
oh my god
thing. It was not good. Worst chair shot of all time.
So there you go.
Yeah, those are the most iconic for me though. So I would love to see who you have on your list that takes me to school.
Oh, all right. So now let's go to the wheel. I want to see who's next. And yeah, I don't know who's square. What is square? No idea.
Oh, that's where you pay for things on your phone. It's an app. So if you're like in a band and you're playing a show and you want to take credit card money, you tap your phone. And you just scan things.
Yeah, you're able to take debit or credit.
Yeah, it's like when you go to a cashless restaurant and they have an iPad for their menu. That's what they're using.
Looks like it's me. It's
IVANC.
Saving best for last, of course. Money Mike. All right. Mine's just like from mixed with best to worst. I mean, there's only one worst that I have because I think it was so sarcastic, but the rest were I actually enjoyed them. So, which my number 5 comes to Mr. T Roddy Piper WrestleMania 2, the boxing match. When the whole
right, Mr. T.
Mm-hmm. When the whole rivalry
I never considered him a non-athlete, so yeah, you're right.
When it all started with WrestleMania 1, and it did cultivate a lot, with Muhammad Ali being there as a guest referee. So it was a great overall like celebrity story with Piper, and even though there's different stories to it about Piper not getting pinned by Mr. T at Mania 1. Everybody saw that biography one, that in A&E biography. I don't know if you guys saw it, but you could definitely tell that they left out a lot of stories of Piper's career, and there's a lot. It's hard to decide what's the truth. Supposedly Piper was going to do it. He was not going to do it, but that I know of, that he was not going to bow down to a celebrity in his pro wrestling career, because Piper was hot and he was the hottest heel during that era. So most definitely, I think Piper did not want it to get pinned. That's why he got more DQ'd on WrestleMania 2 when he fought Mr. T in that boxing match, which I forgot it was. I don't think it was held in Detroit. I don't think it was held in Los Angeles. All right, my number 4, one of the worst ones. Why do I say this? Because how the hell could you sell an armbar to this individual? And it was so bad. And I'm talking about WCW, the wrestling, Road Wild 98, when it was Jay Leno.
I didn't even think about going WCW, man. My list has just got rewritten. Fuck me, man. I didn't even think about going to non. I am so stupid. There's a whole world of celebrities in WCW.
Exactly. All over the pro wrestling world. So Jay Leno and DDP versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. Who remembers that shit? Come on. That match was just like, especially Hogan selling to Leno. Horrible, man. I think, I no disrespect to Leno, but you're a comedian, bro. Like, really, your clothes lines were horrible. Everything was just so bad. I don't know what were they trying to do there. I don't know what Bischoff's idea was there, besides Arquette, because that's another way you could have, but I think this was like the worst one for me. I mean, compared to Arquette winning the championship. Then my number 3, actually, I did like this one because, Chris already added him to his list, so that's Stephen Amell, yes. Besides WWE feuding with, Cody Rhodes, that started at the time, he literally did it outside of WWE, going into the All In, competing. I think he competed in that Rumble, I believe it was, the Battle Royale, I think it was. But he did, he did other stuff, outside of WWE with pro wrestling, with New Japan.
I think he did go to development, to the training facility. He got in fantastic shape.
Yeah.
I think what happened, I think he got injured, I think, in the ring. I think his finisher was like a phenomenal forearm type move, like a springboard clothesline. I think he injured himself and, got pulled from the angle for that.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I know he got injured doing something like that.
Yeah. But
oh my God, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's my number 2.
Oh my God. You know what?
I'm totally serious. I'm sorry to butt in.
There you go.
Bad Bunny, his merch sales within 3 days of debuting in WWE surpassed everybody in the business. And
the Canadian Destroyer
put on a great match for someone who's only been training for 3 days, man. I'm sorry.
No.
I said that he stole the show at WrestleMania. Besides that Bianca Belair match, but yeah, Bad Bunny for sure was very impressive. Very good work ethic for someone who was a one and done.
Well, he trained for 3 months actually, not 3
Well,
days.
that's what I mean. I was using hyperbole. Like
yeah.
He had 1 or 2 matches, but that match, not bad. He was under Booker T's wing the whole time. Just great job for a celebrity for sure. Okay,
definitely.
I'm kicking myself in the ass, man. I'm done.
That's cool, man. My number 2, I did enjoy this one because they actually took the hits and, from this individual, rest in peace, by the way. And that was Stevo and Chris Pontius Jackass on a Raw getting their asses whipped by Ooh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. I thought you were
R.I.P.
saying Stevo died. I'm like, what?
No, Umaga.
Yeah,
rest in
Rosie.
peace.
Not Rosie,
yes.
Umaga. Wait,
No.
Umaga was Rosie, right?
No. That's the other one.
But he also okay.
Jamal was it Jamal or what was it? I forgot. Was it Jamal?
Jamal was
Umaga?
was the superhero. No. God, yeah.
Rosie. Rosie's
Rosie was the superhero. Jamal was Umaga.
Yeah.
And they're both, no longer with us, unfortunately. But yeah.
So excuse me. So yeah, that match. I mean, not match. It was just that segment overall. Like I loved it. How they took it. Just that splash. I was like, oh my God! And then how he just tossed them like ragdolls, and then they literally took those hits, from Umaga. I'm like, Jesus, man. That's why they're jackasses for that reason.
Do you know the behind baseball on that angle?
No, I actually don't.
Oh, I've heard the story. Steve, I watch a lot of Stevo content. I'm a huge Jackass fan, but so when you are supposed to sell somebody's finishing move, you're supposed to not move.
I think I know.
Stevo, no one told Stevo that, so he took the finisher. I think he took a bump, and he's writhing in pain, but he's wiggling around, still moving. And Umaga took that as an insult, and then started stiffening him really hard to get him to stay still. And the more he hurt him, the more Stevo got hurt, and the more he would writhe in pain and move around because he was actually getting killed. And Stevo kept moving, and no one told him to stay still. So just this perpetual cycle. Finally, I think someone in the gorilla position had to tell the ref to tell Umaga, hey, man, fucking stop.
Okay.
But no one told Stevo that you're supposed to play dead. And he was like in legit pain, so he couldn't. And it just kept No, he had like a punctured lung. Like this is a real thing. Like,
yeah,
he got
I heard about that.
up. Yeah.
Did Umaga ever apologize or no? That you know?
I don't think he cared. I don't think you come from that camp, that Samoan wrestling dynasty. I don't think you care.
Yeah, that's a whole different. Yeah, okay, that's a whole different story. There, you're right on that. All right, my number one. This is the one that you can say was the pioneer of celebrities, because the fact is how this story here itself was all over the world so popular that people wanted this individual to get his ass whooped, and he got it. But nobody knew until decades later, it was a work. And that is none other than Andy Kaufman.
Oh my Christ, the best of all time.
Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler. That rivalry was one of the best.
You killed it. Ivan, you take the take, homie. Sorry, Mike, but Jesus Christ. If you don't have Kaufman on your list, you're fired.
I actually am not familiar with this at all.
So
go
back to YouTube. Go back to it. And if you see the movie Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey, they tell a story, but not the full story.
The Man on the Moon is a little more it's not fourth wall. It's a little bit more kayfabe.
Yeah.
Wait. So Man on the Moon is based on these events?
It's based on Andy Kaufman, but it doesn't touch too much on the Lawler thing.
Yeah.
But if you want to know the ins and outs, I can tell the story now, or we can wait till after and do it off air.
I want to see the movie for myself, so.
Okay, well, the movie's got a lot of fiction in it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
It's a life story. Yeah, it's a life story about
the story is great. It's spoilers for sure.
I like it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Him and his manager Tony. I forget his name. The manager who.
I think it was Tony, right?
Yeah, I forget his last name, but they switched characters a lot. It was either Tony or his manager were playing this other character. And you never knew who was who. They were never in the same place at the same time. It was really crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, but this rivalry, how it started, because remind you, Andy Kaufman was a comedian, but he was not the best comedian.
So shut the fuck up. Get out.
I'm just going on based on like other people what they talk about. I'm not for myself. I love them in Cheers.
Andy Kaufman was the first alternative comic, and he's fantastic. He's hilarious.
Yes.
It's not for everybody because you don't know if he's a character or not. That's his thing. Is you don't know. You're not sure like what Andy Kaufman is, and that was the joke. Is you're like, is that him? Which version of this is really Andy Kaufman? And you never ever saw who he really was, and that was the character.
Absolutely, yes, indeed. But I'm saying people in general, like they didn't really like get to him, not, except for me.
Whatever.
Yeah, I
don't
know what it is. Me neither.
Genius.
Yes, but this individual started wrestling women, so he started doing wrestling matches with women. So they just actually finally did.
He was the champion.
He was the champion. He was a champion. So I believe they've been telling him, well, why do you challenge a male? Why are you not fighting a male wrestler? I think Chris probably will know more details. I don't know how the whole story exactly the rivalry between Lawler, but it ended up happening. Their rivalry ended up going for quite some time.
It literally ended like 5 years ago, and Andy's been dead for like 40.
Yeah. Yep. So pretty much, they even feuded on the Tonight Show as well with Letterman.
That's where it started. That's where it essentially started.
Yeah, it started from there. You go. That's where it started. And with David Letterman, Jerry Lawler slapped Andy Kaufman. So
Kaufman threw water at him.
Yeah, he threw water at him for yes.
So essentially, in a nutshell, they're both guests on the show, and Jerry's like, "You're not a real wrestler. What are you doing fighting women? Why don't you fight men?" And they have a feud. They talk shit. They have a match. Jerry hits a pile driver on Kaufman, breaks his freaking neck. They go back on Letterman, I believe. Kaufman is in a neck brace with crutches, talking about suing Jerry Lawler. And Lawler's like, "Listen, man, we're done. I fought you. I beat you. You're not the champion." And Kaufman kept threatening lawsuits. Jerry gets up Kaufman then finally throws coffee at Lawler, takes the neck brace off. He's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
and that was like the inception of the feud. And it lasted. Yeah. It lasted. So it's fantastic. It's a great story.
It's a great story. And the people never knew it was a work. Everybody thought this was real. So that lasted for so long until Lawler, decided he opened pretty much. He just opened his mouth and say, "You know what? It was a work the whole time."
Yeah,
it was a whole
Like I said, this is like in the past 10 years or less, something like that.
I would say because I think the first one to find out was Austin, the Steve Austin show, not the Broken Skull session, but the Steve Austin show on his one podcast or podcast one. Podcast one. That's where he did talked about it and said it was a work. Like even those pile drivers he gave him, and then they had to call the ambulance to come get him out of the ring. Andy Kaufman. So he definitely got to look into that. But he's the man who kind of pioneered all of it. When it comes to celebrities and professional wrestling. My honorable mentions. Another one that people were happy about. I didn't like this. I personally did not like it, but I know a lot of people wanted it to happen, and that was Kevin Federline. Everybody wanted that motherfucker to get it.
Was that SmackDown like UPN? And
it was on Raw.
Okay, because I know that he had that fucking TV show with Britney Spears.
Yes.
Like Uncensored or whatever it's called. I thought maybe they were coinciding.
Yeah. So that's what they kind of wanted. And people got it. They got Cena to actually FU him. And so people were actually excited to see, to see that. I was like, it was a waste of time. I didn't like it. I mean, who cares about Kevin Federline? And my apologies, whoever people are fans of it. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of him.
Nobody's a fan. Don't worry. You're not apologizing to anybody.
Mm-hmm. Another honor mentioned that this is which I know he shouldn't be as an honorable. I could say this could have been a number one, but the fact it's just that it was so much, So this one I'll add as an honorable because he actually had a full match at WrestleMania 11, and that is, of course, Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam.
LT. Hell yeah,
LT.
Man. I love that finisher. Chop block.
Oh, my God. Yeah, man. And then he did a great job. I can't say it was the best, but it was okay.
It was exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah, and plus that was the main event for Mania 11. So, I mean, first time that you see a sports athlete, going from football to pro wrestling. So it was in less amount of time training. So he didn't have much time to train. I mean, Tom Pritchard, not Bruce, Tom, his brother, trained him. Trained him. I don't know, your BFF, you don't like. Okay, I won't mention it. Sorry. But yes, he trained him. At least I think about him for a month to get him ready. And he got ready and got the stamina, got everything, the endurance, and yeah. But if you look closely, that match itself, after the match, he was tired as hell. He threw up. He was not feeling good. everybody was talking about it, that he had the shivers. Like he said he actually commend pro wrestlers doing the sport. I'm like, yes, it's a sport, damn it. So there you go. This shit is not and Chris could tell you, not the easiest thing in the world.
Dude, I've had some weird nervous reactions. Like I thought I was pissing myself backstage when I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, am I peeing right now? Like my muscles got really relaxed, like that muscle that when you have to release a piss. I'm like, why is that feeling? Like I was like literally checking my pants. I'm like, and then I got over that pretty quickly, but it'll do things to you because there's a huge pressure on you to I started wrestling around the "you fucked up" chants, when that started becoming a thing. So that, like we talked with C.W. Anderson, like you don't want to hear that, and that was always the thing in the back of my head. And then SCU, SoCal Wrestling Uncensored message board, I would rush home every night and read the reviews and just hope they didn't trash me. So like I always had that added pressure of just don't talk shit on a 16-year-old rookie. That's all I want. So for LT to be this iconic football figure and alpha male, to feel that way, it's a very, very real thing.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. So that is my list.
I love it, bro. You smoked me on that one. That Kaufman, and then going WCW, man, like Dennis Rodman, the Misfits, everybody.
I forgot about the Misfits too. Shit.
David Arquette, dude.
Yeah.
What's your Mike's list? I don't want to give him any ideas. I'm sorry. This is fun though.
Go ahead, Money Mike.
Hold on. The Misfits were on WCW?
Yeah, they were with Vampiro. They were Vampiro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Jerry Only and Doyle, I believe.
Interesting. Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know about that.
They were actually wrestlers because they're jacked. They're on all the HGH.
Oh
yeah. That kind of makes me want to put Megadeth in my list then, but I already kind of chose it. So number 5.
It kind of seems like we're just making this up as we go. So there's no wrong answers.
Number 5. I have Stevo. So
nice.
I saw that video. Where he talks about it. He talks about what happened, and it's cool that he has a sense of humor where he laughs about it now. And but I'm sure at the time it was painful as hell. To be hit by Umaga numerous times, it doesn't sound like a fun Monday night. I'll tell you what.
Hell no. So
yeah, awesome. So anytime celebrities get physical in the ring is fun. It's fun to watch. Number 4 is Bad Bunny.
There you go. There you go.
I'll go ahead. I'll be the first to say that I was in the front of the line of people saying that this Bad Bunny, what the hell is he doing there? But credit where credit is due. Absolutely, he put on a solid match for who he is, right? At WrestleMania, and he put in the work and he put in the time, and that earns respect. That sort of thing earns respect, right? So should he come back? Cool. He's welcome to take a couple of matches and show what else he can do. And honestly, this guy at this point in time, he is probably one of the top pop artists going around. This guy is busy.
And he transcends languages because I think he raps in both English and Spanish. I know it's primarily Spanish, so he's got that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure of his music. I haven't really heard his music until the Royal Rumble, where Booker T was
talking to like the
there.
one non-hip hop listener of the group.
Yeah,
if anybody is the least into hip hop, it's me. It's just we don't connect. But
not even old school hip hop.
I like early 90s, like feel good hip hop, like Black Sheep, and before it got like gangster and thuggish.
You don't like Tupac, bro? You don't like Tupac, bro?
I can't relate to it. Much like Tupac probably doesn't listen to Cannibal Corpse. Well, I don't listen to Cannibal Corpse either. That's a bad example. That's a very bad example.
That's another list we should do on music.
Check out Body Count.
Well, that's Ice Cube in a rapcore band. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anywho, so what was I going with this? Bad Bunny, good job.
Yeah, Bad Bunny's your number 4, I believe.
Yes, Bad Bunny's number 4. Okay. Number 3. And I'm choosing this person and another person based on their celebrity. Yes, they're athletes, but they're chosen because of their certain fame and from where they come from, and that is Cain Velasquez.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Okay. So for better or for worse, I liked seeing him there. I was actually in the crowd when he made his surprise appearance, and the crowd went wild and all that good stuff. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, Cain is here" and stuff like that. And
It's gotta be
unfortunately,
Cain Velasquez.
I always wanted a Cain versus Cain match, but unfortunately,
Who's the real Cain?
I made a picture on my hilarious MMA page a couple years back. It's Cain Velasquez. It's just Cain Velasquez, but I put the Cain mask on him and I spelled it Kane Velasquez. It's pretty funny.
Nice. Share it on the Circle Debate.
I'm gonna find that. I'll see if I can find it.
But yes, a part of me wants to believe that Brock went up to Vince and was like, "You know what? Get this guy. I wanna pin him." A part of me believes that, and I'm sure he wanted that one back, even if it was in wrestling. But yeah, unfortunately, he was let go last year. I think he was part of Black Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think the injuries too were the reason he was on that list.
Yeah, but it sucks. I do think that he has potential in the ring. He showed it in AAA. So yeah,
he wore the mask, right? That's when he was. Everybody knew it was him, bro. You're not fooling anybody with the brown pride tattoo. Like, we know it's you, buddy.
Yeah,
we know it's you.
Exactly. So that's number 3. Number 2 is actually the friend of a friend. This is Stephen Amell. He is or was the Arrow, Green Arrow, and honestly, I think he did well in his SummerSlam match. With Pac and Cody or Stardust and all that. Exactly. So I think he did well. I think he did good at I believe it was All In that he participated in. Yeah, All In, and he's done some other stuff like you mentioned in wrestling. It's cool to see those celebrities that are in it but keep going, right? I feel like he's been learning, and I wouldn't be surprised if he stepped into the AEW ring at some point in the future. So here's hoping, right?
Yes, sir.
Number 1, much like Cain Velasquez, this person from the world of sports came in, and this person, if you think Bad Bunny did well, this person did above and beyond, and that's Ronda Rousey.
Okay, yeah, I had a feeling she would qualify for this list at first. I definitely agree with you.
Yes, she became a legit part of the roster, main evented WrestleMania, and
in her debut.
No,
not main evented, but her debut was at a WrestleMania.
Yeah, debuted at WrestleMania.
Both of her debuts, right? Her celebrity debut and her in-ring professional debut.
That's right. I was at her celebrity debut.
Right, with The Rock, man. That must have been fucking crazy.
Which one was it? WrestleMania what?
31.
Wait, you went to New York? Wait. Oh, that's right. No,
31.
31 in San Francisco. Okay. Santa Clara.
Yeah. She was there, front row, and she went into the ring kind of like how every other celebrity, goes in there. But at the time, you could never imagine that she was going to headline WrestleMania. So, from a celebrity appearance to headlining WrestleMania, I would say she's my number 1 for sure.
By the way, congratulations to her for
she transitioned too,
having a newborn coming on the way.
Yeah, Brown for sure. That's a good.
Finally, I know she's been wanted that. So let's just, everybody was expecting her to come back coming this year. But when this happened, that's a halt now. So we're not going to see her probably until 2022.
Maybe. I'm fine with waiting.
I love, she transcended so well from Ken Shamrock as well. Just so good in the ring, just so ultra talented and gone too soon, in my opinion, as far as in-ring skills go. When that first match happened, I was me and my best friend Vanessa, who are huge Ronda fans in both sports, were blown away. We're like, all right, let's see. And then we were just like, holy shit. Like, she had no right being that good within the 4 posts. It was insane. And I don't care if anyone disagrees with me. She was fantastic. She was fluid. Yeah. She didn't have 2 left feet. She looked like she belonged there, and she ran that division for a year. And that's, yeah.
There you go.
There you have it.
So 2 honorable mentions. Yeah, pretty much. My first honorable mention is Floyd Mayweather. You know, I honestly, he would have been in my list had he had another opponent. I really believe that they should have given him somebody other than the Big Show. Maybe someone else that was a little bit better on the mic, I would say, or more his size, or I don't know. That's just
that was kind of the joke, though, was that he wasn't his size. Wasn't that kind of like, it was like David and Goliath, but David is a professional fighter and Goliath is just some bumbling buffoon character. That's the way it was advertised to me.
I mean, yeah, it was more of an attraction storyline, to be honest. So I mean, it did what it did, and yeah, there you go. We saw Floyd Mayweather bloody up the Big Show, so it's all good.
He took that punch.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And let's see what you guys think about my second honorable mention. This is a very interesting character here.
Jennifer Flowers.
No, I don't know who that is.
You guys don't know that one, do you? That's good.
That's WrestleMania 14, if I'm not
mistaken. It is WrestleMania 14. You got it. Yeah, that was one of Bill Clinton's escorts.
That's right. I remember. Yeah.
I was trying to think of porn stars that have been in pro wrestling that were in WWE, and that's the closest one.
Actually, this person did not did porn, but did movies. This is RoboCop. RoboCop appearing in WCW.
The Halloween Havoc, like 97?
That's right. Or 96, I think.
Something like that. Oh, fuck.
I fucking forgot about that shit.
Oh, you suck, Mike. You suck so bad.
Man.
You fuck.
He didn't do adult films, but he did movies for sure. Yeah, helping out Sting. That super slow walk, slower than The Undertaker.
Oh my God! There's a video of Josh Matthews and Road Dogg reviewing that.
No way.
Yeah, I googled it. It's the first link. They're doing like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 commentary of the RoboCop angle. It's on the network YouTube. I need to watch this like on my own time. That is ridiculous.
And yes.
Oh, Capital Combat 1990? Is that how long ago that was?
Man.
Wow. That was in NWA? That wasn't even in WCW?
I thought it was.
Was it NWO?
NWA, dude. This is like the This is like the Nelson Mandela effect. I thought that was Halloween Havoc in '96. This was NWA 1990.
Wow.
Shit, dude.
Damn. Forward that in a group chat. I need to see that.
Yeah, I have the Wikipedia. This is ridiculous.
That's what the hell?
That's a good terrible call, though. That's definitely the best of the worst, right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was good. That was great. I mean, we still have a lot, man. Like Mickey Rourke, or Chuck Norris is another one we forgot about too.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many that did great appearances and some that were bad. And I can say definitely the worst one was yours, and mine the RoboCop.
RoboCop's bad.
That's clean, brother. That's clean.
Shaq and AEW, like that wasn't that bad.
Oh, that wasn't that bad either.
He took a bump. I'll give him all the credit for that bump, man.
Even Snoop
and Snoop with that frog splash.
The doggy flat.
There you go.
The doggy splash. All right, so now let's go to the wheel to see what is next for the next top 5 coming.
Who's next?
Let's see. All right, here we go. Spin that wheel.
That is a big wheel, man. I'm into it.
Come on, worst factions.
Wait, God damn it. We did this already, didn't we?
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah, it's the one where I put all the MMA lists on it.
Yeah,
put all the MMA stuff on it.
All right, do it again. Here we go.
No worries. Okay. No worries. Mike might get what he wants.
Did I remove it? Okay. Why is it still there? Okay.
Did you put it on twice?
I guess probably by accident. Here we go.
No worries.
Spin that wheel.
Come on, best WCW moments.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. It's a good list.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
I like that. That works. It's gonna be Drake Maverick the whole time, but that's fine.
Yeah, all right. Best or worst GMs, right? Not bad.
What was that guy's name that was in Page's movie?
Brad Maddox.
Brad Maddox.
That's what I meant to say, but I said Drake Maverick instead of Brad Maddox. Whatever.
That would have been an entirely different movie.
That would have been. I'd actually watch that.
You know what? It's funny because there's not much, but yeah, you know what? It's not bad to add that one.
No, there's been tons. There was a time where like somebody was there was a season where I think every week was a celebrity GM of Raw.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
That's
yeah.
real. I don't need to know that. I think that was during the Ruthless Aggression era, but every week there was like a new GM, and they would come out and be like, "I'm, whatever the fuck they are, Kevin Federline, and I'm gonna make these matches."
All right. Yeah. You know what? You're absolutely right. So yeah, looks like we do have a list for that. Best worst GMs for the next top 5, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Sick with it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in here in our top 5. And also to our female subscribers, you have kids, happy Mothers to you. Happy Mother's Day to all of the women. All of you are wonderful, incredible mothers who are pro wrestling fans and the non-pro wrestling fans. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Salud.
Gesundheit.
Salud. Salud. All right, so once again, don't forget to subscribe to the video right at the end of the video. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, get your notifications of our weekly shows, top 5s, exclusive interviews, which we will be having coming out tomorrow, Monday. We will be having the interview with Delicious Van Vicious. So, y'all girlfriends gonna be, yeah, I gotta be careful, guys. And then also that Wednesday we do have the best of the best. That's Austin Lane, excuse me. Austin Lane, so we'll be having him on the show as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. This is DBS1 Ivan C. Here with these hermanos of Deep Generation West, the one and only. He is a one and only because
I'm just weird, man. There's no one like me.
Love him.
I'm not a good inspiration.
He is. He's a good inspiration. He is. Believe me, he is. That's the director, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Kennedy, and of course the 3 letters, the 3 M's. That's the master disaster, the king of sting, the man with the plan. That is Money Mike Lopez. Telling you guys, au revoir, happy Mother's Day, and we'll see you guys next time.
Moment of silence for Botchmania YouTube channel.
He's back.
Oh, he's back. Okay, cool.
No way. Is he?
Yeah.
What?
He's back. It was just
on the 3rd day, just like Jesus.
He had risen.
Botchmania.
Botchmania. Yeah, he already put it on Twitter that he's back.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
holy shit, it's back. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Back. Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah. Because it wasn't AEW. That actually helped.
It was not AEW?
No. It was YouTube. Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh, we're still recording. Good night.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's a good way to end the note. Positivity.
Positivity.
Welcome back, Botchmania.
That's right.